So, you wanna be a VTuber. Cringe. But you've come to the right place. I will be giving you totally legit advice on how you can become a VTuber, so be sure to watch to the end. Before we get into it, some of you might be asking,
what is a VTuber?
Good question. If you're watching this, you probably know what it is. But if you're still somehow sane, literally this is your chance to leave the video, no judgment, you still have time to turn back and you can still avoid getting sucked into this never-ending rabbit hole of manufactured serotonin. I'll literally give you 6 seconds of pure dark silence so you don't feel any pressure to stay. Okay, if you're still here, welcome aboard. There's no turning back now, and also here's a short silly rap explaining what a VTuber is. So, you wanna know what a VTuber is? I don't know why, but I'll tell you. What if your waifu became real? What if your husbando dreams came true? Virtual creators with mass appeal. Virtual creators you wanna screw up. Scuff streams are quite charming. Some content can be alarming, obscene. Others can be wholesome and chill. Various creators, so get your fill. Online entertainers using a virtual avatar. Come in all shapes and sizes. Some of them can really get bizarre. Streamers, evil schemers. Some are quiet and some are screamers. Soon you'll find someone that you can't skip, and before you know it, you'll be their sim. Got it? Alright, let's go. There are 4 essentials to being a VTuber: hardware, model, tracking, and content. I like to remember this with the easy to recall acronym HAMTK. So, after you're done watching this video, if somebody ever asks you how to become a VTuber, you'll be able to tell them, oh, it's easy, just follow HAMTK. They might think you're having a stroke and will probably call an ambulance, but that's okay. And also, no one's gonna ask you how to become a VTuber. Anyway, I'll be going into detail with each of them, so be sure to pay close attention. Hardware. Before you even think about selling your soul to the devil to get a nice model, you'll want to sell your soul to get a nice PC first. A good PC is the first thing you'll need. And by good, I'm talking about the most cutting-edge, last-gen gaming rig you can't afford. Forget about working with what you gotta get the latest and greatest. So if you can't afford it, go sell your car. What's that? You don't own a car? Of course you don't. So go sell one of your kidneys or your body, I don't know. Go sell drugs if you have to. Just kidding, don't sell drugs. Or do drugs. VTubers are your drugs now. But yeah, just do what you gotta do to buy something you don't need. Another essential piece of equipment you'll need is a microphone. Of course, you probably already knew that, but I'm not just talking about some regular old run-of-the-mill mic. I'm not talking about your Blue Yetis or Shure SM7Bs. You'll need a high-end studio-level microphone, something like the Browner VM1S or Telefunken Electroacoustic EOLA M251T should suffice. The harder the name is to pronounce, the higher the price probably is, so those are the types of mics you'll want to look into. We all know how important audio is, and yeah, there's plenty of quality, budget mics that should suffice for the majority of people. But we gotta do what we gotta do. Model. There are different types of models you can use. There's live 2D models, various types of 3D models, and the wannabe VTubers, the PNG models, which is just an illustration of your avatar. Look, I'll give it to you straight. That $2,000 live 2D model is exactly what you need to start off with. And you already know what you gotta do to get the money. You'll also need to get it rigged. So you'll need to hire someone to animate the model for you so that it will be ready to use. So be sure to tack on another 1K or so to the total. Listen, crazy people will tell you to start off with a PNG so you can test out the waters and see if being a VTuber is right for you instead of wasting money and regretting it later. They'll tell you to start off with a more budget-friendly model or free-to-use models that are widely available, or they'll even tell you to use that typical generic hoodie Vroid model that everyone starts off with. But don't listen to those people that have experienced it firsthand. Take it from me. I actually started with a PNG and then transitioned to a budget-friendly Live 2D model, but if I had to do it again, I'd totally go into debt to get a high-end Live 2D model to start off with, which I'd regret for years to come. Tracking. Now that you're an empty shell without a soul, but with a killer rig and a VTuber agency quality model, it's time to bring it to life. For tracking, you will need a tracking software. Something like VTube Studio or FaceRig will work great. But there's lots more out there if you want to do your research, so it's really up to you on what you'd like to use. But something that's not optional is your need for the latest iPhone. For the software to track you, it will need a camera to see you, so you'll need to get the latest iPhone Pro model on the market. Sure, you can just use a cheaper iPhone or Android phone, or even a $25 webcam with relatively minor differences in the tracking quality that really doesn't justify the higher cost of an iPhone and is totally more accessible and sensible to use if you're just starting out. But who'd do that? Get the latest iPhone. Content. Congratulations! You are now a VTuber. This last one is actually optional. Sure, most VTubers stream or make some form of content no matter what it is, but who needs to do that? Forget about making videos or music or drawing or acting or writing or making memes and funny tweets or even the most minimal effort to do something. That's not necessary to be a VTuber. As long as you got a fully rigged, high-end model, even if you don't do anything at all, and just use it as an expensive virtual paperweight on Twitter, you're a true VTuber in my eyes. Well, I hope you found my guide helpful, and you're now on your way to becoming a VTuber as big as the ones in Hololive. Just always keep in mind, humtuk. And remember, anybody can be a VTuber, as long as they pay thousands of dollars for a high-end model. By having watched any portion of this video, you have agreed to terms and conditions stating that Solseus is not responsible for any debt, lost income, or lost souls due to any statements made within the video.